people! Today we're doing a Patriotic Gnome set. These are my 4th of July nails that I'm wearing at the moment. I'm going to start off with white. Now there's my yucky white poly gel from the last set. It's still there. I only had to do fills this time, so still dealing with it. I am having an issue with pop-offs from that stuff. I did not want to stay very well. Anyway, I'm trying to forget about that. And moving on here. Here's hoping you guys all have a fun and safe 4th of July coming up. I just got back earlier this week from spending the week at my parents' house. Let me tell you, well, I love my parents, but man, after 2 days I was ready to come home this time. Normally it gives me a break from being around here, but this time things were just not going very well. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Needless to say, I was so glad to get home. Okay, I have cured those, and now we're going to go on to the second coat. Now, believe it or not, this is a sped up version of me putting this on, because I'm a very slow polisher. And I was concerned not to have the white wrinkle as it likes to do, so I was trying to get thin coats, but I also wanted good coverage. And a little cleanup. And summer is definitely officially here. It's 100 today, and it's only going to get worse from here on out for the next few months. So I'm hoping you guys are not hearing my fans that I have on in here. It has to happen, as I can't handle how hot it is in here at the moment. Okay, those are going to get a cure, and bam, we're moving on. Okay, I'm using base coat for this part, not blooming gel. This is going to be the tie-dyed nails, and I did not want them to bloom out by a whole lot, so that's why I'm not using the blooming gel. Now, what you're going to end up seeing me do here in a second is the second try at this. Okay, this is the red that I'm using. The first try at it, I didn't like the way it looked, so I had to wipe it off and start over. And this one is the blue. Okay, and I am just going to dot this on here, and I want to spread the dots out a bit because I don't want them running together at all. And then we'll go in with the blue. And I'm just using the bottle brush for this. And then I will use, I've got this old striper brush that's got like 3 hairs left on it now, because half of them came out one time when I was cleaning the brush. I'm just going to pull the side colors through in between the middle one. And hopefully end up with a bit of a tie-dye looking nail. And then I am going to cure it right away because I don't want it to bloom out too far and get all mushy. Same, I'm going to show you one more. This is on the thumb. Frankly, this is the one I think that came out the best. This is the tie-dye one I like the best out of all of them. So the ones I had to do on my offhand I'm not super crazy about. But anyway, this time I'm doing blue in the middle. Also, you want to be careful doing it right off the brush like this, you get a big blob of polish. And in the case of the red, I came very close to having it wrinkle on me. I was able to get it sorted out by using the top coat over top of it, and then I filed and buffed a little. So in the end, I got there, but yeah, because that red, if it goes on too thick, you guys know what happens. Okay, now I'm just going to pull those through again. I knew this brush would come in handy for something. That's why I didn't throw it out. And there we go. Now I'm letting this one bloom out just a little bit more before I put it in for curing. I was trying to get that red to run into the middle a little bit more. And I think we're going to cure it. There we go. Okay, moving on. I got these really cute little gnome, 4th of July gnomes on Amazon. There was a lady that had all different... And look, I got new nail scissors finally. Yay! Now you don't have to listen to me complain about how the other ones don't cut. Anyway, as I started to say, this lady on Amazon, she had all different kinds of gnomes. And I got some other ones you'll be seeing at some point. As considering with this set, plus my Gonk Christmas ones I did a couple years ago, I'm now starting a gnome collection. But anyway, I'm going to cut out the ones to use on this hand here. And I'm deciding what I want to put on there. And in the end, I'm going to go with the flag gnome here at the top. And I'm going to trim all of these down close to the actual design because we don't need all that extra what do you call it, the backing stuff. Okay, and we're just going to do that on all of them. Now I've sped this part up because you guys don't need to watch me cutting things out. Okay, and we got one more little guy. I thought these were so cute. I also have some summer ones, some bee ones, and I think some Halloween ones in there. At first I was a little disappointed at how small they were, but then as I'm putting them on, I'm realizing they fit perfectly on my nails, so I don't know why I was complaining. Anyway, if anybody's interested, I can find her website where she has these. But if you just search gnome stickers on Amazon, you should find them. Actually, these are decals, not stickers. But we're going to put them on the stamper, put some water on there, and let that soak for a minute. And now we've waited, and we're going to take the backing paper off. Now this first one worked out beautifully. I had some trouble with the other ones because I didn't clean the water off properly, but I'll get to that. And we're just going to stamp him on where we want him, and there he is. And I will use a tissue just to blot off any of the excess water that might be on there. And that was the little firecracker one. Then I'm going to move on to the next one. Now this one I had problems with because there was water left on the stamper. There was water on the gnome, and I didn't blot it off before I used it. So he did not want to come off of the stamper and stick to my nail. And you will see what happened with that. While I'm waiting for that, I'm just admiring the other one. I really like that other one. Okay, now see, I should have blotted the water off of there before I went to stamp this on, and I didn't do it. So there's too much water. Now he doesn't want to come off. And he still doesn't want to come off of there. So there's water on my nail, it needs to get off. There's water on the gnome. There's water on the stamper, and it's all adding up to too much water. It doesn't want to release off of there. Now what you can do, and I've seen people do it, is put a layer of base coat on the nail, and then when you stamp on stuff, it'll stick to it. I mean, you cure the base coat, so you're left with the tacky layer. Then you can stamp onto it. I don't usually like to do that because sometimes I need to shift the decals around a bit to get them right where I want them. Okay, now at this point I had had enough, so I'm going to get my tweezers. And as you can see, this is a stamper that I don't use for much anymore because I ruined it. And it's got a big cut in the middle now. But now, getting him on here, what happened was the flag got smushed up. It got curled up, and in my trying to straighten everything out and get him where I want him, I was not able to get the flag uncurled all the way, so he's kind of got a smushed up flag now. And now you can't even see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to straighten him out. Still, I'm trying to unflap that piece of flag. Let's see, it didn't get fully straightened out. So now it's kind of smushed up. But it kind of makes it look like it's, been blowing in the wind. It's not fully straightened out yet. But then I'm going to move on to the last one for the pinky. I could have taken that one with the flag off and redid it with the new one, but I didn't want to waste that one, so it's alright looking. And after we get this one to release, I'm going to blot the water off of there. My nail should be dry. And hopefully, I think this guy didn't give me any trouble. Or did he? Nope, he went on there now. He's kind of over. I might want to move him over just a skosh to the... But I guess I didn't. Well, okay. So there he is. There's the gnomes on there. The rest of them I'll do off camera. And then I'm going to move on to adding stars on here. Now you're going to have to watch me do my offhand because I forgot to hit record when I did them on my other hand. But we're just going to put some base coat again on the on the pinky and the index finger. Those two are the ones I'm putting stars on. And I'm using the same stars I used in my Milk Bath Star Rainbow, whatever it was, for Pride Month. I'm just going to put a few little sprinkling of the red and blue stars on here. And you can see the other hand that I've already done. And I will just move these guys around until I'm happy with them. And I'm like, wait, where's that blue star I just took off of there? Oh, there it is underneath. But I really liked these stars. They were really easy to work with because they're small enough that you can put them wherever on the nail, and the little pointy bits don't stick up a whole lot. Like larger chunky glitter things kind of stick up sometimes. These are small enough that they lay nice and flat. So I didn't have a whole lot of issue. Okay, and once I am happy with where these are, then we'll go ahead and cure the base coat, and they will be cured into it. Okay, I think we're ready for curing. And yes, we were. Okay, now we're going to go over them with base coat. Just on those guys. And cure that. That's going to help fill in the little divots and crevices and whatnot between the stars. And protect the stars. And there was a hair, of course. Okay, I've cured the base coat. Now I'm going over, this is the top coat layer now. And there's more hairs. Okay, I'm going to top coat all of them while I'm at it. And more hairs. Boy, I had the worst time with hairs in this one. I'm going in with a hefty layer of the top coat over the ones with the stars on them, because we're going to do the old file and buff routine on those. And while I was doing that, which I'm going to show you one nail of that, I decided to buff those tie-dye ones too, just because they were feeling a little bit bumpier than I would like. Okay, this is the hard file. I'm going to use this on the edges in an attempt to get some of my shape back because they're super bulky. And you guys know I hate a real bulky, chunky looking nail, but that's the best I could do with what I had already on there from before and everything. Plus all the new stuff I've just piled on. Then I'm going to use my buffer, which is also 100-180 buffer, and I'm going to go over that just as much as I need to smooth it out, because you don't want to file through any of those stars or the gnomes. I was doing most of the filing at the top where the stars are because I was afraid of filing through the gnomes. Okay, and I've done that on all of them that needed it, and now we're moving on to the fireworks. Now this is a reflective glitter polish, but I wanted it to be more blue, so I'm adding just a skosh of blue pigment powder, and I'm going to show you that in a sec. That's the powder I used for this one. It kind of covered up the glitter a bit, but on the other hand, there's such a minuscule amount of it on here where I painted the fireworks that can't really see the glitter anyway, even with the red that I'm going to put on the palette after this blue. It was also a glitter one. I was looking for stuff that had really fine glitter, because painting this real skinny fireworks, I didn't want to deal with bigger glitter bits in there. And the red is a Beetles. This is a really pretty red. I'm thinking I may use that at Christmas time for something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my Christmas nails yet. I haven't got that far, but we'll see. Frankly, I don't even want to think about Christmas right now. And then I've got my detailer brush. And I'm just going to paint some kind of curvy lines on here that are going to be fireworks. I was trying to make nice thin little lines, but I mean they look okay at the end, but when you're seeing them that close up, they look really fat, and they're not really. Then in between all of those, I kind of did just a real thin little extra bit of firework stuff, for lack of, I don't know what to call it. And then I'm going to cure that one. And then we're going to go and do another one with the blue, kind of off to the side more. Yeah, the joy of trying to work on your own nails. It can be a challenge sometimes. That's why I like doing the press-ons. I can turn them around however I want and not have this awkwardness happening all the time. You guys should have seen me painting these fireworks on with my offhand. That one took me a bit. Okay, at that point, okay, I'm going to cure this again, and at that point, as I was looking at them and thinking they look kind of lackluster, so then I went and got some reflective glitter of the silver polish. Now these glitters are not as fine as the other ones, so I had a little bit of a time trying to get these to be finer lines. So this first bit you're going to see me put on is going to be way too fat, but I will fix that at the end. And I'm going to just put these in between the color ones, kind of over where those little skinny lines are. You can see the bits of glitter in this are a lot, well, not a lot, but they're bigger than the other ones in the other glitters, so it was a bit harder to get them to give me some nice thin lines that still have glitter in them. Now I'm going to try to thin out this one and get some of that glitter back out of there, because it was a big blobby mess in there. And when I'm happy with it, I will go ahead and cure them. And now we're ready for the final top coat. Also, I had a little bit of an issue with my top coat going a little yellow, and I don't really know why it did that, because I've never had that problem with this top coat. It doesn't show up too bad in this, but the ones with the stars where I've had several layers of top coat on there is where you really can notice it. And there we are, all cured and finished. Woohoo! And the thumbs. Yeah, that one on the right, the other thumb, I'm not super happy with. I should have wiped it off and done it again, but I didn't, so now it is what it is. But there we are. If you like them, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see more, I upload new videos every Saturday. So you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll be the first to see them. And there's my final picture. And as I said, everybody have a safe and happy 4th of July, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.